Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is fine at home. So, class, today we are going to do the revision of chapter 1, which is computer system. Chapter 2 we will start in our next class, right? So, let's start with the quick revision of chapter 1. After finishing this revision, if anyone is having any kind of doubt, so please feel free to message me, right? So, let's start with the chapter 1. What is computer system? So class, as we have already done this, right? Computer system along with additional hardware and software together is called computer systems, and it works on IPO cycle. IPO stands for input, process and output. If you are switching on your computer, so that when you press the button to switch it on, that is my input. Internally power goes, some machine processes start up, that is my processor, and in return you are able to see your desktop, that is known as my output. So when we are talking about computer system, so computer system is like compromises with CPU, memory, input output devices, storage devices, and they all work together as a single unit. So when you are talking about the CPU, as you all people know that CPU, central processing unit, it is a main brain of my computer and commonly known as chip and a processor also. Class based, what basically CPU does? CPU basically does first of all two things, ALU and CU. ALU, arithmetic logic unit. It means it perform all the arithmetic and logic units. What is arithmetic? You must have read in maths also, arithmetic operator like plus, minus, multiply, divide. So basically CPU, when someone is giving an input and it is demanding to do some calculation, so which part of the CPU works? ALU. And side by side it will check for logic also. What is the logic? For example, one value cannot be divided by 0. So that is a global logic. If you multiply something with 0, it would be 0 only, right? This is also a logic. If I'm entering my ID, I have to enter only my password. So it means ID and password should be correct at the same time. This is also a logic, right? So these has been checked by only ALU, which is a part of my CPU. Next is control unit. Basically it controls the sequence of a program. For example, when I want to open my Gmail or if I want to open my Facebook, in both the website there are certain steps which are same, which are always go in a sequence. For example, if I don't have any account, I need to sign up myself by entering few details. After that, I need to log in. It means I need to enter only my ID and the password. Only then I can use any website. So this is like a sequence, right? Who is checking that all the sequences are going in a correct flow or not? That is my control unit. These two, minor things works all the thing inside my CPU. So CPU basically, if you talk about, based on the instruction, it fetches the data from where? From the input devices and program from the memory and perform arithmetic and logical operations. But based on the request, if my client or my user is requesting to do some calculation, only then, and store data back to the memory. Class, here we are talking about the memory. Memory is of two type, primary, secondary. We are going to revise it later also. This is like a component of a computer system. It means if you want my CPU should work, I need to give my input by using input devices. Whatever the input I am giving, that all goes first inside the memory, right? Because whatever I am entering, first it will go to the memory. From the memory, my CPU will take the data, and based on my request, if I want to do some calculation, the arithmetic logic unit will activate it. Otherwise, control unit will get activated. Whatever the output, it will again store back to the memory, and from the memory it will come to the output device. For example, if I want to log in, I need to enter my ID and password by using keyboard. So whatever I'm entering, my ID and password, it will go to the memory unit. From the memory unit, it will go here. Here it has been checked by the logic unit and the control unit that am I entering the correct ID and the password and in a correct sequence. If yes, so in return it will give me the next page of my website, and it will come to my monitor, which is my output device. So that is how my computer works, which is known as computer system. Now devices. Class, we have two types of devices, input and output. Input, through which signals are sent to the computer and stored temporary, and output, it receives data from a computer system for display or like physical production. Input device mein what are the devices will come up? Keyboard, mouse, scanner and touch screen. Output device, as we are talking about display, so first is my display monitor. Physical production, it means my printer. Because now in the printer, whatever you are doing inside the computer, that is known as my soft copy. When you give a print command, so by using printer we'll get a hard copy for that. That's why here the physical production has been written. And we all know that what is the use of the speaker. Every computer has a speaker attached to it, so whatever the sound is coming, so that we all get it from my speaker. Evolutions of computer. Evolution means the gradual development of something. As the time passes, we all are habitual to see some changes in any device. For example, in a phone, if we are talking about a phone, as the time changes, we are able to see multiple changes in our phone, right? That is my evolutions. So that will be known as evolution of mobile. Here we are learning evolutions of computer. So computer term will not directly come up in the world. There are multiple things which has come before that. After that we have reached to the word which is known as my computer. From the simple calculator to a modern day powerful data processor, computer devices have evolved in a relatively short span of time. So let's see what are the evolutions or a timeline of a computer. First, it was abacus. That was in 500 BC, which is used in normally mathematical calculation. After that, Pascaline has come up, which has come with the panels and with the range of 0 to 9, which helps to do some calculation also. After that, analytical engine has come in 1834, tabulating machines 1890, Turing machine. Turing machine basically has come in 1937, which is taking a data in a binary language. Remember binary? 0 and 1. And after that, punching devices like reside inside that. Whatever the input you are giving, it will translate to 0 and 1. After that, punching will get processed and in turn you will get the output. After that, ENIAC has come in 1945. It is based on the CPU, and while the working of that CPU, which we have seen, that input, CPU, memory and the output, the same figure I show you, wait. Right, the same figure. That could be your non-Neumann architecture, where we require input device, output device, CPU, along with that my memory unit. After that, transistor has come up to decrease the size of my computer in 1947. After that, we have come to the integrated circuits. Integrated circuits are nothing, they are known as chip, which has come in 1970. Right, and after that we can say chip also, and after certain times of 1980s we have come with the one word which is known as microprocessor. Microprocessor is nothing, it's like a CPU which would be implemented on an integrated circuit. Right, what is a circuit? It's a first of all IC, it's a normal chip which has been placed on the motherboard. What is a motherboard? It is like an electronic circuit of green color, like a plate. Every device has been implanted on that, right? In 1981, the first PC, personal computer, had been introduced by IBM. What is PC actually? People used to say when you are using computer at home for your personal use, that is known as my PC. What is my personal use? For example, I just want to make a report, if I have a shop, I would just want to make a report ki kitna aaya, kitna gaya, what is my profit, what is my loss. So that is the computer which I am using for. So that is known as my personal computer. Side by side, Apple introduces Macintosh machine in 1984. I hope you all have heard about Apple company. So similarly, Apple has introduced Macintosh machines also, computers. PC become popular just because of GUI. Graphical user interface. What is GUI? Can you see my screen over here? Are you able to see these icons? Can I take my mouse and I can select anything on it? Of course, yes. Can I right click on it? Of course, yes. Can I able to get some options over here like this? Wait, just a second. Let's select this file. These are the options. Are you able to see? This is my graphical means icons are visible to me. I know this screen is known as my desktop. This is my right click option. These are the icons. Every different icon has a different symbols of software. So class, this is my GUI, right? So, and based on operating system by Microsoft, right? We are going to learn, we are going to revise operating system in later slides. After that, internet has come. Internet is always like www, World Wide Web. It has given a revolutionary change. What is the meaning of revolutionary change? See, right now I'm using computer to do the complex task to make it simpler. But if I want to share my data, if I want to download something, if I want to do chat would be based on message chat or the video chat, audio chat. So that we all can do with only just internet. If I want to, do marketing of some product, I can do with the help of multiple websites also. So class, that's why www internet has become worldwide. Why? Just because of its use. Technology also becomes portable. Like earlier we were using a computer which has different devices, which is not portable at all. So when we come to the portable, like earlier we were using landline phones, now we have come to the smartphone or mobile phone also. So that is becomes a portable, easy to carry. So first is our laptop, smartphone, tablet and smart watches. So this is like how evolutions has come when we are talking about a just single term, which is only my computer. Now come to the next topic, computer memory. See, we all have memory in our brain. What it does is basically recalls, it helps us to recalls multiple things, to take decision and to to think something for our future. If we can't rely on memory, what we do, we just start making notes also. Similarly, computer also works on the memory. We are saying that CPU works on the input given to it by using input devices. So where it is storing? It is storing in its memory. Now we need to see how many types of memory we have. We have 3 types of memory: primary, secondary and cache. So let's first go through with the definition of it. A computer system needs memory to store the data and instruction for processing, right? So but the question is, do you want to store it permanently or do you want to store it temporary? So that depends on my condition, right? So now let's start with the category. First category is my primary memory. Primary, it means first, which directly deals with the CPU to perform read and write operation. That is my primary memory. It has 2 types, RAM and ROM. Random access memory, read only memory. So let's go through with the RAM and ROM, but before that just have a look on the pictures. This is my RAM and this is my ROM, right? Now let's start with the RAM. Class, what is the meaning of RAM? When you open a computer, right, you should have operating system, right? When operating system is there, you are able to see the desktop. Acha bhai, desktop bhi aa gaya. And after that, now we are going to open our software on which I want to work. So computer also takes a record of it, on which are the files on which you are working. Why? अगर किसी एक भी फाइल में कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हुई तो आप इजीली उसे बंद कर सकते हैं. इमेजिन आई हैव ओपन गूगल क्रोम. On Google Chrome, I have opened a YouTube website where I was listening some music. Side by side, I have opened MS Paint also. I was painting something. And side by side, I was working on Excel. In the Excel, I'm entering some record, right? Something happened to Google Chrome. It stops working. और उसकी वजह से मेरा कंप्यूटर थोड़ा सा हैंग हो गया, या गूगल क्रोम में, यूट्यूब में आई एम नॉट एबल टू चेंज द सॉन्ग. तो मैं ईजिली कहाँ पर जा सकती हूँ? आई कैन ईजिली गो टू माई टास्क मैनेजर. क्लास, come to the bottom here and right click over here. Are you able to see the task manager? Task manager will show you the list. One box will appear. It will show you the list which are opened. Now it is processing in my computer. Wait, are you able to see on which things I am working on it? So that I easily able to select, right click and click on the end task, right? So class, who is managing all the things? My RAM. So RAM stores the temporary data, only that data on which currently I am working on it. तो जो भी सॉफ्टवेयर पे हम काम कर रहे हैं उन सब का रिकॉर्ड किसके अंदर जाके स्टोर होता है? आपका रैम के अंदर. एंड रैम टेम्प्रेरी होती है. व्हेन यू स्विच ऑन द कंप्यूटर, टैम लाइक रिफ्रेश व्हेन यू आर वर्किंग ऑन इट, एंड व्हेन यू स्विच ऑफ द कंप्यूटर, रैम इज लाइक डिलीटेड. Everything has been vanished from inside the RAM. Now let's talk about the ROM, read-only memory. When you open a computer, see, RAM is changeable but ROM oftenly changeable. Why? Because ROM holds the information of your operating system. When you start up the computer of yours or laptop of yours, so आपको नज़र आता है Windows लिखा आ रहा है या नाम लिखा आ रहा है आपके operating system का. तो it means when you switch on the computer, first your CPU go to the ROM and checks which operating system needs to be open. भाई ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है भी या नहीं है? अगर नहीं है तो वो आपको ब्लू कलर की स्क्रीन दिखा देगा कि प्लीज़ एंटर योर और इंसर्ट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम और अपडेट ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. अदरवाइज इट विल शो यू डायरेक्टली द प्रोसेसिंग एंड आफ्टर दैट विल डायरेक्टली शो यू द स्क्रीन. तो इट मीन्स फर्स्ट ROM from the inside the ROM, your computer will check from the operating system, and when the desktop has been appeared, when we will open your own software, so its record has been maintained by RAM, right? Now we are proceeding further. Secondary memory, these all lie like temporary, and the RAM, whatever we do or whatever the software on which I am working, that is like temporary, right? But if I want to store my data permanently, bhai, if I open a Microsoft Excel, I am working on it, तो Microsoft Excel की रिपोर्ट तो RAM में आ जाएगी कि someone has opened Microsoft Excel, but on that file, if I'm entering the data, if I want to store that data permanently, for that I require a secondary memory. So it is a non-volatile, right, or a permanent and has a large storing capacity. We can extend it also, but it cannot be accessed directly by the CPU, because here we are managing the data, whether I want to save it or whether I don't want to save it. It's something like that. I have opened a YouTube, I'm listening a music. Now if I want to download it or don't want to download it, if I want to download it, तो it will directly store in my hard disk. अगर download नहीं किया तो वो नहीं होगा, right? It will not go anywhere in your computer. It is just only would be there in my internet, right? So what are the examples of your secondary memory? Hard disk, pen drive, memory card, CD and DVD. Now come to the cache memory. Cache memory, as we have learned, like memory is of three types: primary, secondary and the cache memory. See class, people says कि जितनी अच्छी आपकी रैम होगी, जितना साइज रैम का अच्छा होगा, उतनी ही कंप्यूटर की स्पीड अच्छी होगी, राइट? समटाइम्स इट हैपन्स that just to increase the speed of the RAM, CPU gets slow. If CPU gets slow, it means my processing will get slow, my computer will start working slow, which can affect the performance of the computer. So to increase the speed of CPU, we use cache memory, which has been placed between the RAM and the CPU, right? What is it meaning? Class, as you all people know that CPU takes instruction from the memory, of course by using input device. Memory is my RAM. तो जब CPU टोटली RAM के ऊपर डिपेंडेंट रहेगा हर चीज़ के लिए, वो RAM पे बार बार जाता जाएगा, तो CPU की परफॉर्मेंस तो अपने आप स्लो होगी. सो व्हाट वी हैव डन, वी हैव हायर ए मीडिएटर. दैट मीडिएटर इज नोन एज कैशे. तो रैम की हमने एक शेडो बना दी. रैम में जो जो हमारी इंस्ट्रक्शन थी, जो जो मेरा डेटा था, जो किसी यूज़र ने इनपुट डिवाइसेस के थ्रू एंटर किया था, उसकी एज इट इज़ कॉपी वी हैव क्रिएटेड इनसाइड द कैशे, राइट? सो नाउ व्हाट इज हैपनिंग, CPU is not anymore dependent on the RAM. It is directly taking the data from the cache. ठीक है, इससे क्या होगा, बार बार रैम पे जाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी. CPU directly taking data from the cache, it will automatically speed up the performance of my CPU, right? And computer start working faster. When I'm talking about the memory, so we should know what are the terms which can come when we are talking about the memory. Generally, computer uses binary numbers to store and process the data. Binary digits are always 0 and 1. 0 means off. Normally people used to say, and 1 is on. So, but let's see what are the terms we can use it. Here some units of memories are there. 1 bit is like 0 and 1. 4 bit nibbles, 8 bits byte, 1024 bytes kilobyte, 1024 kilobyte megabyte, 1024 megabyte gigabyte, which is known as GB, and you are aware about the GB also. 1024 gigabyte is known as terabyte, and so on. Now come to the next topic, data capturing, storage and retrieval. Data capturing. Class, when we want to store our data by using input devices, that term is known as data capturing. It's something like an input. Like we are going in a shopping mall, and when we are buying some product, right, so at the shop, at the billing counter, people generally use that barcode reader to scan the product number which is there on the back of the product, and they can use the keyboard also to enter the data. Whatever they are doing by using these two devices, data is going to store somewhere. Data is going to store in a data storage. Are you able to see this report? This is generally look like a Excel also. So class, you can store your data by using in any file, or you can store in a data in a form of database also. Database में भी जो data store होता है वो किस form में store होता है? Database में, right? Here data is stored permanently. It can store huge data which we create. To store huge data, we create generally server, because see, when we are talking about a big complex, shopping complex, so one computer can't handle every details. So we require a big computer, not like big in size, we require a high processor. So when we connect multiple system units together with a high CPU, processor and a hard disk, that machine is known as my server. Monitor एक ही होता है, normal size, right? So class, data capturing is something like taking information and where we are storing in a data storage, and so that in future if we require, we can retrieve our data also with the help of data retrieval. So it involves getting or fetching the data from the storage device as per the user requirement. What is my user requirement? Imagine if I bought something from a shopping mall, if I want to refund it, the people either they ask for the bill, or they can ask for your mobile number also, right? So based on my requirement or based on my input as a bill number or as a mobile number, when they enter, they will get all the information. That getting the record from the data storage area, this process is known as what? Data retrieval, right? So data retrieval is like a process which I can use in my future to refund, to do something else. But from where data is coming? Data can be coming from a file or from a database. Now, second topic, data deletion and recovery. See, data can be accidentally deleted from storage devices by user or some hackers. And hackers can digitally delete or change your data, or data can be corrupted automatically, retrieving by virus. So data recovery is the process of retrieving deleted, corrupted and lost data from a secondary storage devices. So class, it happens when we are working on a computer. In fact, in working on a phone, sometimes we can delete some other picture which we are not able to delete it, right? So it happens with the computer also. When we are working with the files, we want to delete some other file, but by mistake we have deleted some other file. So this is like data deletion accidentally, or some unauthorized person can also access your computer, if you have heard about the term hacker. Some unwanted files are there in your computer known as virus, which start slowly start disturbing your computer. Disturbing in what sense? They start removing important files, due to which your computer start working very slow, and they start abnormally also, and start working abnormally. So two security concerns when you're working with your computer is like, one, if your file is deleted by some unauthorized person or software. Unauthorized, those who are not those who do not have permission to use your software directly, which is directly unknown to you, to your family, that person would be known as unauthorized. These can be avoided by applying password to your account and computer and files. Second is related to unwanted recovery. Sometimes we directly throw or discard our non-functional devices like pen drive, CD, DVD without taking care to delete the data. So anyone can misuse it. So we have multiple softwares are available. Before throwing or discarding any device, first we need to delete our data so that no one can misuse it. Next topic is my software. Set of instructions or command which perform some specific task known as software. What is software? See class, some software is like a term which we generally use on computer. In a phone we use it apps. When our requirement is there, we just go for that software, we just go for that app in a phone and we just download it and install it, right? So it means software is basically on the user's need. But there are two types of software: system software and application software. System software had three categories: operating system, system utility, device driver. And application software has three categories: general purpose software, customized software, and free open software. First I'm going to starting with operating system, which is a category of system software. Operating system. Class, first of all, system software has to be there. Operating system is the first software which has to be installed in your computer, otherwise your computer or desktop will not work, right? Operating system works as an interface. अगर मेरे पास ये डेस्कटॉप की स्क्रीन ही नहीं होगी तो how I am able to open my software? So that's why operating system works an interface between the user and the computer. Who is the user? Me. And who is the computer? My screen, right? After that, system utility. See, when I'm talking about a computer, the desktop to open to ho gaya. So some security or maintenance we need to taking care of that, right? So system utility is just a concept to take care, to manage, to maintain your computer and its software. So system utility means disk defragmentation, which we have, which I have told you in my last class also. Disk fragmentation is like we will, give a site to a free space and to a occupied space so that my computer run faster. So some system utilities are attached with your operating system, some are not. Which are not, for example, unwanted file known as virus in your computer. So to detect them, we need to download and install the antivirus. That is separate software which is not come automatically while you will install operating system. So that is my, didn't attach with the system utility. Device driver. When you are working with your computer, there are multiple devices which are attached with your computer. See, so operating system already taking care of how many softwares are on, installed on operating system, which version it is taking care. फिर ऊपर से वो एक और responsibility ले कि how many devices are connected to it. So that's why we have, hired a person with the name device driver. What it does, basically, it will take care that how many devices are connected to the computer and it will give a report to directly to the operating system. So that's why, which makes the computer run faster. Now come to the application software. System software, they all work automatically, but just you need to install it, your operating system. After that, it will run automatically. It automatically gives you, updations also. वो manual नहीं होते, it automatically comes, right? It depends on the user whether you need to update your computer or not, but that updation will come automatically. So that's why they all come under the category of system software. But application software, it's a general purpose software. It depends on user to user. It depends on your choice. If you you like to edit some pictures of yours, so you will install Photoshop. If you want to make a report, you want to store your data, so you may require Excel or a database. So that's why application software is a user specific software. General purpose software, which are directly available on internet, you can, without giving a single penny, you can easily download it and install it. Customized software are not available on internet. For this, you need to go to the software company who developed software for you based on your condition. Free open source software. Free, as I have told you, open source software. Open source means देयर इज़ अ सॉफ्टवेयर ऑलरेडी है, इमेजिन इट्स नेम इज़ ABC, इंटरनेट पे अवेलेबल है. बीइंग अ डेवलपर आपने उस सॉफ्टवेयर को इंस्टॉल किया, उसमें कुछ मॉडिफिकेशंस किए और उसको एक नया नाम देके वापस से इंटरनेट पे अपलोड कर दिया, राइट. सो इट मीन्स आपने बनी बनाई चीज़ ली, उसमें कुछ मॉडिफिकेशंस की और अपने नाम से उसको पब्लिश कर दिया. सो दैट काइंड ऑफ अ सॉफ्टवेयर इज नोन एज ओपन सोर्स सॉफ्टवेयर, जो बिना पैसों के, बिना किसी चीज़ के अवेलेबल होते हैं इंटरनेट पे. यू कैन डायरेक्टली डाउनलोड इट, यू कैन डू मॉडिफिकेशंस एंड यू कैन गिव अ नेम एंड यू कैन इम्प्लीमेंट इट ऑल्सो ऑन द इंटरनेट सो दैट अदर पर्सन कैन इंस्टॉल इट and download it, right class? So class, these are the things which we have done in the chapter 1. Any query, anything, please feel free to message me so that we can start with our next chapter. Class, your assignment submission is something like your attendance, right? So please, and on the same time, please submit your assignment so that you would be marked present for it. Thank you.